We want to take a look at what's taking place with China right now. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki would not comment on reports that China tested a nuclear-capable hypersonic missile. She instead had this to say. Watch this.
We've made clear our concern about the military capabilities that the PRC continues to pursue. And we have been consistent in our approach with China. We welcome stiff competition, but do not want that competition to veer into conflict, and that is certainly what we convey privately as well.
China launched the missile back in August, according to reports. It is denying it, though. Instead, the CCP saying that it was testing a spacecraft. Joining me right now is Fox News senior strategic analyst, General Jack Keane. General, we've talked about this in terms of the capability of the CCP for some time now, and you were the first on this program to take note of the strengthening of China's Navy in particular, the fact that it is actually bigger than the United States is. What are your thoughts on this hypersonic missile launched?
Yeah, well, first of all, hypersonic missiles, we've been talking about them for a number of years. China has operationalized conventional hypersonic missiles that are capable of taking down our maritime fleet in the Pacific and literally all of our bases, and we don't really have adequate defenses against the missiles because of the very nature of those missiles that come into the zone from space, and they're flying at 5 times the speed of sound, and they have complete maneuverability to avoid a missile hitting it. So Russia also has developed that capability, and the United States is rapidly testing that capability. We are clearly behind China. But what makes this newsworthy is the fact that China has taken that hypersonic missile, strapped it to a rocket, and orbited the Earth with it, and it's capable of housing a nuclear weapon, according to the Financial Times. There's no confirmation of this by China, and there's no confirmation of this by the United States, and our audience has to understand that. But if true, that has changed the nature then of nuclear proliferation in the world writ large. The United States and the Soviet Union agreed during the Cold War not to nuclearize space. In other words, not to have satellites or space stations with nuclear weapons. That was an agreement we entered into. China appears to be opening up a new chapter to weaponize space and to nuclearize it. Now, listen, so our audience understands, while that would give China an advantage, it doesn't mean China would use those weapons against the United States. Certainly, they would know full well that if they did, the United States would destroy China. That has always been the issue with an exchange of nuclear weapons, certainly, and that is what has kept us from ever using these very lethal weapons against one another. So, yes, this is a new chapter in advanced technology. The fact that we have the press secretary of the United States of America saying that we welcome this competition is an outrageous and also an irresponsible statement.
But General, it's not just Jen Psaki. You know that. Joe Biden continues to say China is a competitor. You and I have spoken about this umpteen times, that this is a serious adversary. Everybody knows how I feel about the CCP. I talk about it every day. I've been raising my hand on the CCP now for years. And yet this administration continues to look at China as a competitor. It's absolutely outrageous. So the question becomes, are we ready? Are we prepared for this kind of an adversary where now we are talking about hypersonic missiles regarding China?